Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Gananaham Tva Ganapati Gum Havamahe Kavim Kavinam Upamasravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anasrinvan Utibhissida Sadanam Prano Devi Saraswati Vaje Bhirvajinivati Dhinama Vitrayavatu Ganeshaya Namaha Saraswatyai Namaha Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Shuklam Baradharam Vishnum Sasivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasanna Vadanam Dhyayet Sarva Vignopashantaye Yasyadvirada Vaktradhyaha Parishadhyaha Parasatam Vignam Nignanti Satatam Vishvaksenam Tamasraye Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheswaraha Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Om Partaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamrita Varshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadasadhyayinim Ambatvam Anusandhadami Bhagavad Gita Bhavatveshinim. With Bhagwan's grace, we came up to slokam number 13 in 18th Adhyayam. Anishtam, slokam number 12. Okay. Now, what Bhagavan is now going to teach, has been teaching here and also here in the next few slokams, is going to go into, Bhagavan is going into some depth about what an action is, right? And we are all action driven. Bhagavan is talking about, Swami is talking about karma pala tyagam. Tyaga yogam is what Bhagavan is talking about, emphasizing again and again and again to sacrifice, to sacrifice, to sacrifice. There is no difference between sannyasam and tyagam. Both are exactly one and the same. And you have to do sannyasam in order to achieve tyagam properly. And you have to practice tyagam to get fulfillment in sannyasam. And what I want to, the Swami's grace, the thought occurred, since a question was asked at the end of yesterday's session, I realized how important this teaching is and what Bhagavan is now carrying us through. As I shared with you right in the beginning and maybe a few other times in between, the 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita are not one built upon another. No, it is not like that. It is not the way we are taught in modern day education of, kindergarten to second grade, first grade like that, second grade, and finally to P. It's not like that. The truth is given, period. And then it's explained in different aspects, different ways, and in so many ways. And that's what Bhagavan has been doing. Truth is one and the same. And it is not like a stepwise education. It is an integrated education that we must realize. And so, what the thought occurred to me to go back and look at a few slokams, few teachings from Bhagavan that we have learned as a reminder to focus our mind and understanding and zero in on what Swami is teaching in the rest of this Adhyayam. Every Adhyayam, Bhagavan has spoken about this truth, about this particular teaching, nothing more. And if you pay attention to it, and Arjuna has been paying very, very strict attention, very close, unadulterated, complete attention. And so he is able to ask various questions along the way. And sometimes we fall into the mistake of reading this and hearing this as if the teaching is being given to somebody else. No, it is not. Even though it is Krishna-Arjuna Samvadam, it is basically a samvadam between Bhagavan and each one of us on a personal, individual level. So we must pay very close attention. Let me draw your attention to slokam number 3-5. I just want to touch upon a few things so you can see the glory and the beauty and the magnificence and the simplicity and the clarity of Bhagavan's teaching, and how patiently he repeats the same lesson in so many different ways. Let us look at Slokam 3, number 5, okay, to begin with. And Slokam 3:5. Nahi kaschit chanamapi jatu tishtati akarma krite. If you recall that, nahi kaschit chanamapi jatu tishtati akarma krite. Not even for a moment it is possible to stay inactive. Impossible. Why? Karyatehi avashaha karma sarvaha prakriti jaihi gunaihi. We are pulled and pushed and impelled into activities by nature, by the three tendencies, the natural tendencies, the three tendencies of nature, Prakriti's gunam, always pushes us and pulls us and impels us to carry out activities. Impossible for us to stay without action. Therefore, go to Slokam 247, which has been my guiding principle and my teacher in my life so far. This particular Slokam. Karmanyeva adhikaraste ma paleshu kadachana ma karmapala heturbuhu ma te sangotsu akarmani. Number 1 do's and 3 don'ts in this teaching. What is the do? Karmanyeva adhikaraste. Your duty, your right is only to do action. Because you're being pulled to do different actions by nature. That's what it's compelling you to do. So your duty is to do action only. 3 don'ts. Number 1 don't is ma paleshu kadachana. Never at any time desire the result of that action. The result will come by itself. Don't desire it. Number 2 don't. Ma karma pala hetur buhu. Do not undertake an action. Do not seek an action desiring its results and benefits. Work is worship. Do the work only. Focus only on the work, not on the result. So do not undertake and work desiring its result. 3rd, don't. Ma te sangotsu. Sangaha astu. Ma te sangostu akarmani. Just because your desired benefits are not there, just because it's going to be difficult for you to do or whatever reason you come up with, do not be inactive. Do not join with inaction. So 1 do's and 3 don'ts. So 3:5. Let's go to 3:19. I'm just picking a few slokams at random, and you can study it and make whatever slokam appeals to you your own personal friend and guide and companion and teacher and protector in your life. Because this is Amritam, okay? As the Gita Dhyana slokam says, Gita Amritam Mahat, right? It's a great Amritam, so we should not take it lightly. The opportunity to even hear this, to discuss this, to share the teachings itself is a great, great blessing, not given to anybody. Only with Bhagavan's grace this can happen. So we must pay proper attention to it. Slokam number 319. Satmat asaktaha satatam karyam karma samachara. Tasmat asaktaha satatam karyam karma samachara. Therefore, asaktaha, without being attached to the action or to the results. Okay, the moment you do not attach yourself to the results, automatically you will not be attached to the action. You will do action as a yogam, as a worship. It will happen. It's a sacred thing. Doing an activity, whatever the activity is sacred, very sacred. Automatically that will come the moment you give up the desire for the result. That's what Tyagam is all about. That's what Bhagavan is teaching in 18th Adhyayam again. So tasmat asaktaha, without attachment, satatam, always, karyam karma samachara. Just be doing all the activities that come your way. Okay. Now look at slokam 420. See, any adhyayam you can take, you'll find the same teaching. 420, is it? 412. Let us try 412. What does 412 say? No, 420. Kama Sankalpa Varjitaha. Okay. See, Yasya Sarve Samarambaha Kama Sankalpa Varjitaha. Very important. Kama Sankalpa Varjitaha. That means without the desire for even the fulfillment of an activity. Okay, forget the result, even the fulfillment of the activity. Okay, and so they are called Panditas, the scholars, Bhagavan says in that particular time. Then Slokam number 20, 420. Okay, look at it. Tyaktva karmapala sangam nitya tripto nirasrayaha karmani abhi pravrittopi naiva kinchit karoti saha. If you look at the very first teaching, that's enough. You know, you don't have to go through even a full slokam. Even one padam in there is full of lesson and education. Okay, and it is not like the way we construct sentences in English. Do not fall into the trap. Every padam that Bhagavan utters is amritam. Tyaktva is exactly like tyagam. Nothing, no difference. Tyaktva karma pala sangam, the desire for the results of your activity. Leave it up. Tyaktva, give it up. Nitya tripto, be contented always. And nirasrayaha, don't have any desires. See, what a beautiful teaching right there. And let's look at next one, 8.7. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara yudhya cha. The command is always to be active. The inaction is prohibited in Bhagavan's teaching. Okay? Inaction is prohibited. But what type of action? How do you do? What is an action? Who actually does the action? What are the equipment required to do the action? These are all Bhagavan is going to teach us right now. This is not it's a great study. It's a great science, a great science in depth. And any activity that you do, we just go about doing it without even knowing what it is. The next few slokams from Bhagavan is going to teach you the in-depth factors associated with carrying out an action. You know, how does an action begin? Who does it? What are the various things required for it? What is the knowledge required? What is the determination required? You know, there's so many things that Bhagavan is going to teach us right now. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara yudhya mayi arpita manaha buddhihi. Mayi arpita manaha buddhi. This is what sannyasam is all about. Sannyasam means sannyasam. That means by your manam, buddhi, everything is with Bhagavan. Mayi arpita. Surrender to me. Offer to me. There in every adhyayam, Bhagavan is teaching exactly the same tyagam. So with this brief reminder, let us move on to slokam 18 number 13. Before the last slokam we did in 18th chapter was Anishtam Ishtam Misram Cha Trividham Karmanaha Phalam Bhavati Atyaginam Pretya Natu Sannyasinam Kwaschite. So Sannyasi, Tyagi, they are one and the same. To do Tyagam, I have to put my mind and buddhi with Bhagavan. But that's the only way I can sacrifice things. It's not enough to say I sacrifice something. It doesn't happen. Right? Only when I look to Bhagavan, that is why he says Manmana Bhava, that is in Adhyayam 11 or something. And you can see Manmana Bhava, think of me, automatically Tyagam will begin. Now, slokam number 13, Bhagavan says, the things that he's going to teach us, pay attention very carefully. There are 5 things required. The equipment required, the factors associated with doing an action. My dear mighty-shouldered Arjuna, the science of knowledge, Sankhya, the science of knowledge, teaches about the stage where actions end and also describes the 5 causes that result in fulfillment of all actions in this world. Understand the 5 causes from me now. The Sankhya teaches also where the actions end. That is very important to know. It's like the entry strategy and the exit strategy. And for everything there's an exit. From activities we do, doesn't seem to be any exit. With one activity leads to another, leads to another, leads to another, right? So how do you exit? That's also taught by Sankhya, and he's also going to teach us the 5 causes, the factors that give the fulfillment of all actions. That means fulfillment means what? Then beyond that there is no more action. Paschaitani mahabaho karanani nibodhame Sankhye krutante proktani siddhaye sarvakarmana. Panchaitani mahabaho karanani nibodhame Sankhye krutante proktani siddhaye sarvakarmana. Panchaitani mahabaho karanani nibodhame Sankhye krutante proktani siddhaye sarvakarmanam. Padangal are Panchaitani, Pancha etani, Mahabaho, Karanani, Nibodha, Me, Sankhye Krutante, Proktani, Siddhaye, Sarva Karmanam. O Mahabaho, Krutante, Kruta Ante, the end of activity, the end of action, Kruta Ante. So, what is it? Describing how an action ends. Sankhye in Sankhyam, which is the science of knowledge. The science of knowledge itself. Okay, please remember that. Okay, not the knowledge of science. It's a science of knowledge. Okay, Sankhye. Sarva karmanam siddhaye. Siddhi means fulfillment. Sarva karmanam, all actions. Proktani has been described in Sankyam. Etani, these. Pancha karanani, 5 causes. Me, from me, nibodha, understand, learn. Panchaitani mahabaho, karanani nibodha me, Sankhye krutante proktani, siddhaye sarva karmanam. Slokam number 14. The 5 causes are the physical body, the doer of deeds, who's actually doing it, the 5 senses, each of perception and action, the varieties of myriad actions that come and go, and the 5th one, his natural tendencies and impulses. These are the 5 causes. Adhishthanam tata karta karanam cha pratak vidham vividhascha pratak cheshtha daivam cha eva atra panchamam. Adhishthanam tata karta karanam cha pratak vidham vividhascha pratak cheshtha daivam chaivatra panchamam. Adhishthanam tata karta karanam cha pratak vidham vividhascha pratak cheshtha daivam chaivatra panchamam. Padangal are, the words are Adhishthanam tata karta karanam cha pratak vidham vividaha cha pratak cheshtha daivam cha eva atra panchamam. Adhishthanam. Adhishthanam means the place where you are situated, which means in this case it denotes the body. Because the body is one of the causes, one of the karanangal, right? One of the causes for doing work. One of the factors required. Tata, in the same way. Karta, the person who is actually doing the work. Now, who is doing the work? Is that the indweller? No. The indweller is not doing the work. You must understand that, as Bhagavan explained even earlier on too, it is the life force that is sustaining the body. That is Pranan, right? And while Pranan is Bhagavan, the indweller is not Pranan, okay? It's beyond that. So the Karta, the life force that within us. Prutak Vidham means assortment of, variety of, that's what Prutak means, differentiated, okay? Prutak Vidham Karanam. The Karanam means the senses. the Indriyas are called Karanam. And there are, as you know, total of 10 senses, right? 5 senses of perception, 5 senses of action, the Karmendriyas and Non-Indriyas. So, Prutak Vidam Karanam, the different Karmendriyas and the Non-Indriyas. Number 3, Vividaha Prutak Seshtaha Cha, Vividaha in a variety ways, in a myriad ways, Prutak in a differentiated ways, and in different ways. Seshtaha Cha, Seshtai, in a colloquial language we say in South India, why are you doing the Seshtai? That does not mean it's mischief, okay? It means in mischief, but Seshtai actually means the various activities, the to and fro and the here and there and everything that we do. They're all Seshtai actually. And so Prutak, Vividaha, Prutak Seshtaha, the myriad and different variety of activities that come and go, okay? Atra, thus Panchamam, Atra Panchamam, Daivancha, and the fifth one, Atra Panchamam, in addition to these 4, in this, the fifth one is the Daivam Cha, the Daivam. What is the Daivam here? It is not the indweller again. It is a natural impulses. Bhagavan says in one of the earlier adhyayams, if you remember, I believe it is adhyayam 5 or 4, you can check that. And he says, yes, I have created this Prakriti and the Gunangal, and they go about doing their job. I am not touched by them, right? So, Daivam here is the natural impulses. Those are the 5 causes and factors that causes for any action that we do. Any action, whether it is the mind, thoughts, speech, or the bodily action. Adhishtanam tata karta karanam cha prutak vidham vividhascha prutak cheshtha daivam chaivatra panchamam. Slokam number 15. Whatever actions that a man does with his mind, speech and body, whether they contribute to or oppose the welfare of beings, these 5 are their causes. Sharira Vang Manobihi Yat Karma Prarabhate Naraha Nyayam Va Viparitam Va Panchaite Tasya Hetavaha. Sharira Vang Manobihi Yat Karma Prarabhate Naraha Nyayam Va Viparitam Va Panchaite Tasya Hetavaha. Sharira Vang Manobhi Yat Karma Prarabhate Naraha Nyayam Va Viparitam Va Panchaite Tasya Hetavaha. Padangal are Sharira Vang Manobhi Yat Karma Prarabhate Naraha Nyayam Va Viparitam Va Panchaite Tasya Hetavaha. Naraha, human being, man. Sharira, Vang, Manobhi. Sharira, with body. Vang, with speech. Manaha is mind. Va, with these 3. Nyayam Va, the things that are prescribed and beneficial to others, things that are in a dharmic way, that is Nyayam, right? Nyayam Va. Viparitam Va, exactly opposite of that. Even if they cause harm, whatever they do, or they oppose the welfare of society, of human beings, that is Viparitam. Whether it is Nyayam, Viparitam, doesn't matter. Whatever it is, Yat Karma, which activity, Prarabhate, it does. Yete Pancha, these 5, Tasya, for that activity, Hetavaha, or the causes. Sharira Vang Manobhihi Yat Karma Prarabhate Naraha Nyayam Va Viparitam Va Panchaite Tasya Hetavaha. Slokam number 16. When this is the case, the dull-witted one who thinks the indweller is the doer does not see the truth. His intelligence is warped. Tatraivam sati kartaram atmanam kevalam tu yaha pasyati akruta buddhivan na saha pasyati durmatihi. Tatraivam sati kartaram atmanam kevalam tu yaha pasyati akruta buddhivan na saha pasyati durmatihi. Tatraivam sati kartaram atmanam kevalam tu yaha pasyati akruta buddhivan na saha pasyati durmatihi. Padangal words are Tatra evam sati kartaram atmanam kevalam tu yaha pasyati akruta buddhivan na saha pasyati durmatihi. Evam sati, when it is like this, when Bhagavan explained, these are the 5 causes, when it is like this, Tatra, in this matter of action and activity, Kevalam Atmanam tu, the unattached, Udasinam, Bhagavan described this earlier, the Atmanam, the indweller, Akruta Buddhivate, that means without sharp intellect. The intellect is dull, it has to be sharpened. The intellect not being sharpened, akruta means not sharpened in this case. Akruta buddhivate, with a dull wit, with an unused buddhi, right? It's a very dull buddhi. Yahahu kartaram, as the doer, atmanam tu kartaram, he perceives the indweller as the doer, pasyati, he perceives, he sees like that. Saha, he, durmatihi, he's got a warped mind. He, saha, na pasyati, he does not see, he does not experience the truth. Tatraivam sati kartaram atmanam kevalam tu yaha pasyati akruta buddhivate na saha pasyati durmatihi. Let us do one more. Slokam 17. He who does not have the feeling, I am the doer, and whose mind is devoid of attachments, does not kill, even when he kills the beings of this world. He is not bound by his action. Yasya naham kruto bhavo buddhihi yasya na lipyate hatvapi sa imam lokan na hanti na nibadhyate. Yasya naham kruto bhavo buddhihi yasya na lipyate hatvapi sa imam lokan na hanti na nibadhyate. Yasya naham kruto bhavo buddhihi yasya na lipyate hatvapi sa imam lokan na hanti na nibadhyate. Padangal words are yasya na aham krutaha bhavaha buddhihi yasya na lipyate hatvapi sa imam lokan na hanti na nibadhyate. Yasya, for whom, aham kruta bhavaha, I am the doer, I am doing this, that feeling, na, not, he doesn't have it. Yasya, for whom, for whose buddhihi, the buddhi, the intellect, the discriminating ability, na lipyate, is not, it is so sharp, it's not, lipyate means to attach yourself to, okay? In this case, it is not attached, it is detached, because it is attached to Bhagavan's lotus feet. That is why it gets detached from everything else. Na lipyate, saha, he, iman lokan, in all the beings in this world, hatva api, even if he kills them, na hanti, he does not kill, and na nibadhyate, he doesn't get bound by his actions. Aham kruta bhavaha naha, na, that is very important. Without that feeling, you do what you do to get the feeling of I am the doer, completely absent of that feeling, that goes to a stage where different things apply, obviously. Yasya naham kruto bhavo buddhir yasya na lipyate hatvapi sa imam lokan na hanti na nibadhyate. ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। हरि ओम। ओम तत्सत्।